and it is time for the Couples Lounge Show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all. We cannot play music, because if you play music on your YouTube or all of that, then it will be a problem. So I can't even dance no more. Good morning, Georgina. So we're going to have to get to a place where we have our own music. Get it copyrighted and all that kind of stuff. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So y'all going to have to talk to us while everybody coming in. Y'all can let us know where you coming from. You can put that in there. And tell us, how was your week? What did you do this week? We got MLK on Monday, so it should be a lot of people that's out for work. What is your plan for the weekend? You have a 3-day weekend, so what you gonna do? What are you gonna do this weekend? All right. So come on in. Can't dance. I guess I can dance, but I ain't got no music. I will sing, but I ain't gonna do that, y'all. So good morning, everybody. Make sure you share the video. Let us know where you're coming from. Nashville. Oh, Georgina, I didn't know you was all the way in Nashville. Oh, wow. I don't know why I thought you was in Texas. All right. How long you been in Nashville? Y'all come on in. Me and Georgina, we just having a conversation right now. Come in, share the video. Tell somebody else to log in. Because we talking about, if you ain't asking, I ain't telling. So single folks, y'all better put your ear to the computer, to the phone. Married folks, we have to let them know the stuff they should be asking prior to them getting into the marriage aspect of things. Because a lot of times we don't ask certain things. We assume we know. We assume they're gonna tell us. Okay, you've been there for 15 years. Okay, good morning. For everybody, if this is your first time tuning in, I'm your girl, Candace, and this is my husband, Ramon, and we are the marriage duo of the Couples Lounge Show. We do this every Saturday from 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. Central Time. We keep it live, we keep it real, and we keep it entertaining as we talk about all things that have to do with love, marriage, and relationships. Ain't nobody doing it like us.
Because they ain't us.
Oh my God. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do my announcements. So are you looking to create a different experience in your life, in your relationship? Things are just not going as you would have thought, you would have wanted it to go.
I'm done.
You want it to go. This is your time to create a new experience. We offer life coaching, relationship coaching. So go to www.candicetuck.com and you'll find the link for you to log in to get your free consultation as a married couple or as a single individual. All right. And do you find your marriage is struggling with communication, whether it's miscommunication, lack of communication, no communication, and you or your spouse are not comfortable with working with a coach? You can go get the Be Heard course at www.wewillwin.thinkifit.com. And guess what? If you get it today, you get to have it for 40% off if you put in the We Will Win code at checkout. Yes, if you all have been listening to our 30-day video on Thursday, I spun a wheel and it came out for 40% off. So go get it. What's up, TD? TD, you on YouTube too? Good morning, everybody. If you ain't asking, I ain't telling. That's what we're talking about today. So baby said he ready. Let's get it crack-a-lacking. So we ain't gonna waste, that won't even waste time. We're finna just get it going. We all share it out. And so if you're not asking, I'm not telling. So I came to him and was like, this is the stuff people need to be asking on a first date. And I said, let's do the show about this. And somebody else said the questions you ask before you give up that. I think that was Kevin that said that. The questions you ask before you give up that. So what did you say when I said for a first date? You was like, nah, the first date should be whoop de whoop.
Yeah, it should be that dang serious on the first. I mean, yeah, it should. You shouldn't be asking my credit score on the first date. I'm being funny. About man, it should be getting to know each other, to see if the vibe is there, the connection is there. Can you easily have a conversation? I mean, I don't think you should get too in depth and too deep on the first date.
So he thinks the first date should be all fun and
not just
you
fun.
saying don't ask hard questions on the first date.
Don't get too deep unless they open the door.
But somebody gotta open the door.
On the first date, I don't know if I like you to give you this information.
So you just saying the first date should pretty much just be fun
and get to know them surface level.
Okay.
Get to know them surface level.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what is some of the craziest questions that you have been asked on, let's say, a first date or the first 2 days? What are for those that, it don't matter if you're dating or married, what is some crazy questions that you were asked that you like, that's so inappropriate? And so for me, okay, let's get it correct. These are questions. As I was creating this show, thinking about this show, I'm like, sometimes we go into marriage and we have not asked the questions that should have been asked in the dating realm. And then you get to that point like somebody should have told me, or you should have told me this. It's like, well, you didn't ask me that.
Right.
And so we assume certain things are understood. I didn't grab nothing. I just opened your computer.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. So married folks, if you can think of stuff that needs to be asked on the first date, drop it in. So single people, this is a show that's really, really geared towards you. And if married people have not taken the time to ask certain things, this is where you need to. So good morning, Loretta, Latasha, L&M United Homes, Tania. I want to say what's up to everybody. Hey, Michael. Who else? TD, Danielle. Oh, and Georgina, we was already talking. So, I was asking y'all earlier where y'all were from. So, you want me to go first? Okay, so this is one question, men, that I think you need to ask a woman at some point in the dating. Early on in your dating her, what is your expectations for me with your children?
What the hell?
Because if you coming in my life and I have kids, there's an expectation that I'm gonna have. And so do you expect me to take care of your kids?
Yes, be a father figure.
To your kids. And we dating. We ain't so when Christmas roll around, are you expecting me to buy for your kids? Or if your kids are going without, are you expecting me to step in? Because I'm a package deal. If you can buy for me, you got to be able to buy for my kids.
Not early, though. I'm not buying your son nothing early.
But you can buy me something for my birthday, but my son's birthday come around, you're not going to buy that?
No, I would because I'm trying to get with you.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go overboard. I'm not going to try to buy your love through your son, through your child. I think some guys can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I wouldn't. Not too soon. Like I might give him, baseball cap or something. It'll be a small gift.
Okay.
Early.
Okay.
But early, I probably wouldn't buy. It's your son's birthday. I'll give him something. Yeah, I'll give him something.
Because women...
He wouldn't get a PS5.
Women feel like, or could feel like, if I'm giving of myself to you and you know I have kids, there is an expectation that now that you're in my life, that you are to be a father figure to my children.
But when what did you say? When you giving of yourself, if you giving the cookie, extra gifts come with that.
Okay.
Most likely. Like we on that level. Now, yeah, I might break a little man also. But
Okay,
you ain't giving it up. I don't know.
Continue today.
Okay, I'm half dead, but I'm dead. Let me stop here.
So, men, that is a question that you need to ask. Don't assume, oh, them not my kids. She don't expect me to take care of my kids. Absolutely. In her mind, as a single
I like
mother,
that question, TD.
She is more than likely trying to find somebody that is going to be a male figure in her kid's life. So ask the question.
You don't know that. That's the question you have to ask as well. Are you dating for just dating purposes, or you're dating to find a spouse?
Absolutely.
That's the question.
That's definitely a question you got to be asking.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll go.
Ladies, this is the question you got to ask. Who raised you? Who raised him? Was this his mama? Was this his daddy? Was this his grandmama? Aunt Bessie? Who? That'll give you some insight on possibly the psyche of this brother. Was his mother and father there? Did they have a happy relationship? Or they been married 30 plus years? Or was he a single parent? Was he a product of a single parent household? And so who? Things like that is definitely started. That's something you ask on the first date. Know who raised this brother, who imputed knowledge in him in becoming a young man and a man that he is today. Somebody helped shape him. Who was it?
Right.
Who was
and
it?
It's going to give you, if you watched enough couples lounge shows, you know that question right there is going to give you insight into.
No, and it's not 100%.
No. But your childhood plays a part.
Yes,
so
it's something you should know.
Right.
It is definitely something you should know. I would want to know.
And the hard questions are what people don't want to ask because it's, I don't want to step on his toes or her toes, or I don't want to offend this, that, and if you don't ask, a lot of times that won't come up. And not just that question, you ask who raised you. And if they say their daddy wasn't there, well, how has that impacted your life? How do you see that that's showing up for you? You better ask the questions. If they don't get along with a parent, you better ask the questions why you don't get along with them. Because even if they don't get along, if they're still in their life, then you have now been brought into a situation. And if their relationship is toxic, you just been invited into a toxic situation.
My Facebook people, go to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Not right now. After the show.
Right now. Watch us right on YouTube. Go ahead.
Okay, so somebody said when it comes to the kids, only once it's official. Yes, it is a package deal.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I told you, I said it earlier, don't wait too long to introduce the dude to your kids. Don't do that. I don't believe you should wait so long to introduce them to the kids.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Ask this question. Is it fair to operate in what is good for you is good for me? In this relationship, are we going to be fair? So whatever you can do, is it okay for me to do? Let's put that out on the table now. So that will let you know what type of person they are. So that means if up front we decide what is good for you is good for me, when you do something, if I was to do that same thing, we got to give the same energy. I need you to give the same energy that you have.
Why are you asking that question?
What do you mean?
Like why?
Because people think that they can treat and do things to people and not feel it's going to be a consequence, or they feel that, oh, even if I do that, then you should be the bigger person. You shouldn't resort to acting like me. And when you get married, sometimes you can get petty and you can think, okay, well, you did it, I'm going to do it. Or, I think in a marriage, it will help everybody remain very clear on the understanding that we have. Now, if I go out and do this and she find out or he find out, I have given permission that if it's good for me, it's good for you. So we have established a norm up front. And so that's a question and then you Y'all can knock out whatever categories you want to talk about. That don't ever even have to be cheating. That can be when it comes to finances or when it comes to how we talk to our children and raise our children. If what you do is good for you, is it good for me?
No. All right. Next question.
See, and that's the problem. Now the next question is, so let's talk about it. How can this be a one-sided relationship? And let's get into it.
Because this is not a fair word. All right. Next question.
You probably don't want to be with that person moving forward.
I'm joking. Okay. I love it. I would ask, if you had to describe or tell me one character flaw about yourself, what would it be? The reason I will ask that question, let's see if they honest. We all have flaws.
It's not even about the question, huh? It's about honesty.
It's about we all have flaws. I don't know any perfect person. Ladies, I'm sorry. I know you think you are. You're not. We're all flawed. What is your flaw? What is one character flaw that you would describe of yourself? Or one flaw that you feel that you have?
Yeah.
And see what they say. How honest is this sister, this brother? Would he be honest? I mean, now also this, when you ask the question, you have to be prepared for an answer. It may not be what you expect, but you have to be prepared. Because don't ask a question you can't handle the truth. If you're going to ask the question, you got to be able to receive the truth in its purest form. And it might not be something you like. But you got to ask it anyway.
And the dating field is the perfect time to ask that type of question because you dating, you getting to know each other. And I don't mean this, when I say getting to know each other, you getting to know each other up until marriage. So if you dating for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, where you have transitioned into a committed relationship, it's still a question that you need to ask. Yeah. Period. It's a question, and I think it starts laying the foundation for marriage. It's not about the question; it's how honest are you going to be?
Yeah, how real is you gonna be? Like, I don't know. I don't really have any. I don't know if I have any. Okay, I ain't messing with her. I can't rock with you.
Like, you saying you don't have no flaws?
Yes. If a female, if I'm a guy and she tell me, I don't know. I don't think I got any. I don't have to think. All right, you full of crap. You lying heifer.
And if they give you something on the surface, say, go a little deeper than that. Go a little deeper. Okay?
Nah, yeah, I go deep, but I ain't rocking with them.
Okay, this is my next question.
Uh-oh.
Who has brought out the worst in you, and what did you do in response?
Hey.
Who brought out the worst in you, and what was your response, your behavior? That's gonna let you know how crazy they can get. If they say he did this, that, and the other, and I went and I set his car on fire, you know how crazy she can get.
Right.
That is a question to figure out the temperament of the person, because a lot of times you be with people and they don't show, they have that representative and they nice all the time. You don't really get to see the angry side of them. Right. And then as soon as you say I do, then they lose their mind and you start having marriage stuff that brings out certain characteristics in you. So you need to know how crazy they have been up until the point in which you have met them.
Miss Davis, there are levels. Some of this is not first date. We didn't say this is first date question.
This is before you get married question.
Yeah. So there's levels to this. If I just met you at Walmart Friday, we go out to eat on Sunday, some of this stuff you better not ask me. Because if you ask me that right now, I'm going to look at you kind of funny.
I almost think these are questions you should be asking even before you get committed.
I do.
You said we're going to be together just
These are questions I would definitely ask early. It just might not be the very first day.
Adrian said if people have completely open and honest conversations like this beforehand, the relationship would be a lot better.
Yes, it did.
Don't tell a person what they want to hear, but be 100.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's
yes.
I think that is the thing with the dating scene. People are not open and honest, and then we move from dating committed.
People are afraid. People are afraid. If I'm honest, will that ruin my chances with you? A lot of times with men, we're not going to be that honest and open with you because we're trying to get some cookie. And if we say or this or that you might take the cookie away from us. So we're actually taking the option away from you a lot of times, which is dead wrong. Which nowadays, if we're just straight up honest, you'll probably want to give us the cookie nowadays.
I think you can respect honesty. You can respect,
yes.
Do we want to move forward?
Yes.
With the honesty that we know, the truth that we know about you, do we move forward? My thing, y'all, if y'all faking and funking and not being your true self in the dated, committed, that stuff gonna
Real
show
talk,
up.
TD.
It's gonna show up when you get married, when you living with somebody every single day.
Right.
When you seeing they good, they bad, they flaws, it's gonna show up. So in that dating field, before you say I do, you better talk some real talk.
Good. I like that, bro. My brother said I asked in the beginning and asked later on to see if their answers changed. I like that.
And I like what TD said too, is I may not ask certain questions the first 1 or 2 days, but I'm definitely watching.
Oh no,
you gotta be
doubt. No doubt.
What is not being said is just as important as what's being said.
Like when you ask how they act, are they shivering, moving, I'm watching all that. Okay. Another question I will ask, you gotta ask this. It sounds pretty simple, but you gotta ask anyway. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living?
Yeah.
That is a question. If I'm a woman, you better know, how does this brother provide for himself? You could be meeting an incredible guy.
You see people ask your career on
I don't know. I just came up with it. You may be meeting an incredible guy who's staying at home with his mom right now. Ask anyway. Mm-hmm. I would ask, what do you do for a living? I need to know, for me as a brother, how's this sister taking care of herself? Where are you staying? Mm-hmm. And I want to know where you stay. Do you have a house, an apartment? I don't need your address, but I want to know, how independent is this sister? How well taken care of is she of herself? Mm-hmm. Can she provide for herself? If she has a house, that's telling me something. Or if she's just in an apartment, oh, okay, that's telling me something too.
Something that just popped in my head that he said earlier was people are fearful of being truthful because they don't know if you'll be willing to accept me for who I am. Yes. If that is in your spirit, if I say this, they're not going to accept me, they're going to judge me. That means that you know it's something that you should be doing that you're not doing. It's something that you should be changing that you're not changing. If you are worried about what somebody else is going to think, feel, or say about you, that is a clue to you to get some things in order together, because you low-key judging yourself. It ain't about that other person. You judging you. Yeah. So work on yourself. Right. And if you are living with your mom, explain why without a lie. Oh, I'm there to take care of her, and then she end up meeting your mama and find out he living with me. I'm good.
Mama fine. Yeah.
Just be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stop judging yourself.
And here's a little nugget for my fellas, my single fellas. A lot of these dudes out here lying. So if you keep it 100 about everything, even if it's bad, it'll give you a little nugget up over the next guy. Feel me on that. If you're honest, where all these dudes is lying, she'll be like, damn, he is honest. She may tell you no today. You might get 2 months later, you might get that text. What you doing? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so somebody said,
you better listen to me.
Kalanda, I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, please forgive me. She said, say yes. I thought he was a truck driver while I was in college. He was pushing weight, all right. Yes, you better ask what they do. Don't assume. Don't think, oh, they gonna tell me this or they gonna tell me that. And then, ladies, you got intuition. Everybody got intuition, but women, your intuition be telling you to ask stuff, and you don't ask it.
You gotta know how to fine tune your intuition, though.
But you have to ask whatever come up. I don't want to ask that because that may make him think this, or I don't want to ask that because if I find that out, then oh Lord, that's gonna turn me off. Yeah. You better ask. Yeah. If some ask it, that's all I'm gonna say. Ask.
I'm not built to be single in today's world.
Okay, Malik.
I'm not built to be single.
Miss Kerr said dating someone living with their parents before I got married, but he was young and we had lots of fun. Okay, go to the corner remote. All right, I think you should ask what is their philosophy on raising kids.
Oh, dang, you date
yo, because when you get married, if y'all are not on the same team, same mindset, just a little bit the same, that will cause so much division in your house. Parents fighting against each other off of the kids. You better ask what their philosophy is while you dating. How do you, and if they got kids, so how you raise your kids? What are things that you consider a need for discipline? How do you discipline your kids? Do you punch your kids? Do you slap your kids? Do you don't touch your kids? Your kids go to timeout. You do punishment. Y'all better talk about it. Definitely if you about to be a blended family.
Right. Ooh.
But that's still a question you ask if you don't have kids.
Yeah.
And y'all will be having kids together.
Yeah. I would want to know that. Because you might be dating, fellas, you could be dating a woman who don't want you to discipline her son or her daughter. And I'm going to run at that point. If you're telling me I can support you and this child, your child or children, but I can't discipline them, I don't want you. You can't be my woman.
But I just think
you can't be my woman. I can know if they can eat out of my plate, but I can't. I'm not saying beat the hell out of them.
Right.
You know, depending on the age and what they do, it may cause for me to have to touch them, depending on what they do, what they say, and how they. But you're telling me I can't? No, you're not the woman for me.
So yeah, find out what their philosophy is, because. And how do you say? And like we saying, it's hypothetical. You moving into from dating to committed to marriage. If you got a kid and I have a kid, and your kid is doing something, and I see, like, yo, y'all need to. We gotta address this. Is that my place? Can I say that as a bonus parent, or even when we dating?
Say what? Oh, okay.
If I see your child is messing up in
hey, boy, sit down and shut up.
Or do I have permission to even? Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
No, I'm using that as an example. Can you say that? So they say, Lord, I'm with you. What is wrong with you?
No, you just.
You said that, so I said as an example. You don't get it?
I do get it.
Now.
If y'all have not shared the video, share the video. So kids can break a relationship, a marriage. Y'all better talk about what they believe about their kids. Cause
like you just got role playing. Sit down, boy, shut up. Hell wrong with your son. If you look at me crazy, I don't know.
And that your son, your daughter stuff, that is those are words that say we are separate.
Ooh,
your child.
Yeah.
You need to talk to your child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely if they ain't your child. Now I might say that to him, like, you need to go up there and talk to your son. But that's both of our sons.
Right.
So that's my thing. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yes.
When it comes to kids, y'all better talk about the philosophy.
Yeah, already. If I could sit down with your ex-boyfriend, girlfriend,
what they gonna say?
What would they say about you?
Ooh.
Or how would they what would they warn me of about you? Not necessarily what they would say. What would they, if they had to warn me about something, what would that be? Again, that goes to honesty.
Yeah.
If you got an ex, they have something to say.
Good.
I'm gonna figure that out myself, me personally. But I feel what you come
like that, people will be more open to share.
No.
People don't want to talk about themselves. So if you give me, I can tell you the good they'll say and the bad. because they probably gonna do it anyway. That they gonna say that we had a good. They gonna say the good stuff.
Right.
So go on and just.
I don't care. I'll figure that out. I want to know what bad would he say about you, man. This help would be lying. She be still. Oh, for real? Okay, bro. Good looking now. Something. And again, that's just to see what she's going to necessarily say. It's what he wouldn't really say nothing. I ain't really doing it. It's all on him. Okay. Red flag. Red flag. It was all him, huh? Oh, okay. Appreciate you telling me that. My mind is okay. My Spider-Man senses be tingling right now because she said that.
Another question. Men, for you, this is something, if you don't ask a woman, she ain't gonna tell you. Have you ever cheated on your spouse? Or have you ever cheated on your ex-boyfriend?
She gonna lie.
Have you ever cheated? And the thing
she gonna lie on
about
that one.
Ladies, it ain't, for me, it is not the question. I mean, the answer is she gonna be real? It goes back, basically you can see the foundation of your marriage is going to be trust, honesty. Them are going to be very, very big things. And of course, communication. True. You got to be willing to have hard conversations when you marry. So this is to all the married people out there who you sitting on things that you know you need to say, you need to ask, and you're not asking because you get a knot in your own darn stomach thinking about the response or the question, or if I ask this, are they gonna get mad? Is this gonna push them away? Is this gonna end our marriage?
Right.
You gotta be willing to talk about and have hard conversations.
But do you think most women would be honest on that? I think most men would, of course, because if a man say, "No, I ain't never cheated in the woman," what?
Yeah, we already know you lying.
But
for
sure. Do you think most women will be open and honest about that? Do y'all
that
think that I have cheated? You know what I mean? Because you've done it in high school or in college don't mean you've done it as a grown woman.
Right.
Just because you did it 8 years ago don't mean you're doing it now. Do you think most women will be open and honest on that question? In general.
This is what I'm going to say. Most women
what do y'all think?
Will not volunteer that information. I'm about to answer. Okay. So if you don't ever ask us, she probably will never ever tell you that. But then you will have some women that, okay, well, if he asks it, I tell him. And then you're going to have those, I don't care if he do ask. I ain't ever admitting to that. So I think not asking, more than likely 100%, you're not going to find out.
Okay, we know that. So now answer my question. In general, would most women
say if they cheated on
in general?
Probably not. But I still think it's a question that it needs to be asked, definitely if that matters to you. And my thing is, if she says yes, it's not that is not what matters. This is what matters.
I'm gonna slap
it's her why. Why did you cheat?
See, Melanie just said that. I'm gonna slap you, Melanie.
That is the question that really, have you cheated? She says yes. Fellas, just bypass that. So tell me what caused you to cheat. That's what you want to know. The reason. Was it because he wasn't emotionally there? So now you know, if she don't feel emotionally connected with me,
right,
it's a likelihood she will step out. I just cheated because I just wanted to.
Right.
So then that lets you know what type of woman you're dealing with as well.
Right.
Or, I cheated because our relationship was really over and I had disconnected. Basically, it is the reason that you want to be focused on to get a clue as to what type of woman you're dealing with.
Yeah, and Melanie, it ain't the man's fault that she cheated. Shut up with that. I'm going to punch you in your face. So, but in that argument, it's the woman's fault why we cheated. Okay, here's another question. Once we get there, I would literally say it like that. Once we get to that level.
What level? Okay.
Be patient, my sister, be patient. What's a healthy sex life? Like for you, in a week's time, what's a normal, healthy, happy sex life for you? How many days a week? I want to know that everybody's not sexual compatible.
Okay.
Everybody's not. And that can be a huge problem in a marriage or relationship. If I needed 3, 4, 5 days a week and you're cool with 2, 3 times a month, That's a problem. So ask that question. What is a normal, healthy sex life for you? And again, you may not even be on the level where y'all getting physical, but I would definitely want to know and peep her answer.
And what are you not willing to do? Ask that question, because a lot of times you get in the mindset, when I get her in the bed, I'm going to try this and I'm going to try that. And then when she don't want to do it, it's a problem. What are you not willing to do sexually? You need to, that is a conversation you need to be having. Because definitely if they think once we get married, oh, we married now, she game for whatever.
Right.
In the dating field, if I done already told you I'm not down with that,
right,
I'm going to be not down with that. Now, if I choose differently, if I choose to experiment what I will. Right. But at the foundation, you know, this is what I feel and what I think.
Yeah, women, you have to be honest about your sexuality. You really do. If you're a type of woman that wants it a lot, very sexual, that's a very sexual woman, be honest about it. It doesn't make you a hoe, if you will. Some guys may view that, but you have to be open about your sexual. I'm a woman that's very sexual. I like sex 4 or 5 days a week. I like it passionate. I like it raw. I like whatever. Be honest.
Yeah.
Please tell me that. I want to know that I'm dealing with an animal over here ready to attack me. Girl, we about to attack each other. Let's do this. And I need to know, is you the type of woman who barely wants a man to, I don't really like it. I mean, it's cool, I like it, but I can do without it. What? Oh, thank you for being so honest with me. I want to know. Don't make me fall in love, and then I'm in love with a woman who I can barely touch.
Okay. Well, you ain't okay. Calandia, I love that question. Oh Lord, I hope I pronounce your name right. Ask this question. Are you still cool with any of your exes? Do you still talk to your exes? And if they say yes, all right, so let me know what that relationship is like. Why do you feel? Because some people really feel like once you break up with somebody, they should be out of sight, out of mind. You don't need to have no more conversation with them. Everybody does not have the
Adrian, good point.
Everybody doesn't have the ability to break up with somebody and still be cool with them without still having sexual desires. Like they can't be just friends with the person.
Right.
And so they feel like, oh, you need to cut them people off totally out of your life. They don't get it. They don't understand it. So you better be asking that question up front.
Already.
How do you feel about, and it's not saying you still kick it like, oh, I still kick it with my exes all the time. But yeah, you know, if I talk to them on social media, yeah, you know, I talk to them on a post or just shooting the breeze. If we go somewhere, maybe we all went to school together. If I'm there and I see it, I don't have a problem chopping it up, having a conversation. So ask the question, because some people feel like you can't be friends with your exes.
Hey man, my man Adrian said something that's so rare. I gotta go back. You got a little that make women feel less of women because she likes certain things, so she's afraid to be honest. Yeah, man, that's real. A man or woman, you can make another person not want to be honest with you just about how you respond to certain things. If I see you responding this way, if I told you about like you felt disgusted because I'm passionate or I like it rough or whatever, then okay, let me just shut up about that or let me lie about that. That was real. I like that. That was a good point.
Okay. And then too, you got to figure out if I can't be myself.
Yeah.
Another nugget.
Because when you're married, it's just y'all.
You want to be with somebody that you can be yourself around.
Yes.
If you put on all through the dating, all through the commitment,
that mask come
all through the engagement, I don't want to run them out. So what do you want me to do? Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. What do you want me to say? That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make sure I don't say this. I'm gonna make sure I don't say that because I see how he responds when I do this.
He was hanging from a ceiling fan when we was dating.
If you go into a marriage and you are not being your true self, somebody gonna be unhappy. Either you gonna be unhappy because you live in fake, or you gonna start showing your real self, and then he or she is gonna be unhappy because this ain't who I married. This is not. Now, I'm not saying we are going to change, but there should not be a drastic change once I say I do.
It will be.
Be with some.
It will be. It depends with, especially
as you as a person.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Okay, I'm
follow me.
Yeah, my mind is on sex. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about sex.
I was.
I'm talking about you. If you with somebody and I was going off what you were saying, how little boys make a woman
try to shame a woman because
yes.
she's sexual or because she's this or that. That you'll get a woman that's gonna lie to you.
Just be yourself. If you with somebody and you being yourself is turning them off, you don't need to be with them.
I laugh and joke a lot. I'm kind of playful dude. Like if I get intoxicated, I'm the joking type. All of a sudden, I'm a comedian. I'm not the angry guy. So if you don't like a guy that jokes, you could never be me.
Oh, that is another one, Melody.
What?
Can you be friends with the opposite sex? Do you have a problem with me? And if that whole, nah, baby, I don't care about you being friends with the opposite sex.
That's a good. What do you mean by friends? What? Tell me the scope of your friendship. That y'all just cool when y'all see each other. It's love when you see each other. You talk every blue moon through Facebook or whatever.
But
are you going out hanging out? Or you talking on the phone on the radio? Y'all calling each other? That plays a big difference.
Let's say associates. Is it okay
you can be friends and not
for me to be in conversation
on a regular basis?
It is some people out here that you can't even talk to, and you speak to somebody of the opposite sex, but then why are you speaking to them?
Yeah.
Wait, it's like what? Like I can't even imagine. If all I had to do was just be like with him, and every time I talk to another dude, he got offended, and we got into an argument. Cause say for instance, we go back to homecoming. If I'm sitting and talking to somebody, at the end of the day, you gonna be coming over there charging me up. Oh, I seen you talking to them. Why you talking? It's like what? Like yo.
Yeah, I couldn't be with you.
So what you saying is I can only talk to you as a male, and everybody else gotta be good women.
Yeah,
I can't talk to the people at the job.
Yeah, you talking to him?
Oh my God. This coffee is strong today. But I like it. I like your.
I'm role playing. Shut up.
I like your.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me right now.
So that's the question you need to ask. What is their opinion of you being or talking to somebody of the opposite sex?
But again, it goes because this plays a part.
They got trust issues if they don't like that.
Not necessarily.
Yep.
Here's what I mean by not necessarily, because I'm not that way. But at the same time, you can't be cool with a guy where y'all calling on the phone on a regular basis. But I'm gonna meet up with me and Tyrone for to go have drinks. He's going through something. We're gonna go meet at Starbucks.
Correct.
What the heck? Okay, go ahead, babe. Go ahead. I'm gonna have stuff waiting. Your stuff will be right here at the door, or I'll be gone.
But say for instance, like when you was studying when you was going through school, Mom would talk to other women to help him, or he might do that. Meet up at the Starbucks.
But I didn't meet up with no woman. I met up with that was me and
But you had women helping you. You had to be talking to them women.
Yeah, that was your LS.
You was not talking to just my LS is helping you.
The only woman Nathan was my study partner.
No. Who was helping you with your papers? Writing your papers and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, you talking about grad school?
Yeah.
Oh, the English teachers was doing that.
So yes, if I was the type of person that you can't have no relationship, you can't talk in deep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You had to been talking to the women.
We work together. Yes, I talked to them. We work together. Hey, here's my paper. Will you proofread that for me?
That's what I'm just trying to make a point.
First of all, Lord, your voice.
You are the one that's hollering.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
God.
My bad, baby.
So no, I don't want to kiss no more right now. I'm trying to have a conversation with our paper. I'm trying to have a conversation.
Don't kiss me like either.
So is that okay? If not, really for real? If they don't want you talking to other people, somebody else significant,
that is
they really do have trust issues, and that may be how they roll, and that's them. But you gotta understand, you're dealing with somebody who has trust issues, and that is not a good thing in a marriage.
Here's another one. You go out with your girls or your guys, and they calling, blowing up your phone. That's a problem. You telling me when you go out with your girl, your woman go out with.
That don't have to do with no question.
But that's a red. Oh, you right that. But that's a red flag. Can I go out? Is it okay? But here's the question, then. Can I have? Is it okay for to have girls' night, guys' night out? Is that gonna be a problem? If you go out with your girls, then every time you go out, he's blowing your phone up, what y'all doing. All of a sudden, he wants to hold conversations, or he'll flip it, or she'll flip it. You go out with your girls or your guys, and all of a sudden, every time they try to have something romantic set up for you to come home early all the time. That's a red flag. That's a red flag.
That's the beginning stages of eventually you ain't gonna be hanging with them. Yeah. If I'm calling you all the time, or babe, every time they know you're supposed to go out with your friends, they done plan something for y'all to do, but they already knew.
You know she's going out with her girl. Like, why you? Like, I enjoy my guy time, our long time with the fellas. Me and my fellas, we hardly ever do it. Her and her girls do it once a month. But it's an enjoyment that I can't get kicking with her. And vice versa. I'm sure she has an enjoyment just with her girls that she don't get when she's around me.
Let me get some of this coffee. No, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't want you touching my coffee.
Sorry,
you don't want me kissing you. You can put your lips on mine. So that's a red flag too, because you gotta have time apart. I like me. I think maybe something maybe a little wrong. I enjoy my alone time. I like it with the wife and kids go at mama house, and I'm here by myself. Sometimes the phone will ring, I look at it, man, I'm by myself. Leave me alone. I'm that guy. Okay, let me show you.
Okay,
all right, so next question.
That is a question. Do you have a problem? This is how much me and my girls kick it right now.
Yeah.
Do you got a problem with that?
Because some people, even married people, have a problem with their spouses taking trips with their guys or their girls. I know some people who woman can't take a girl's trip. And vice versa.
And if you start seeing stuff that they said at the beginning, like the longer y'all date, is starting to change. Okay, well, originally you was cool with that, now you're not. You better revisit the conversation, ask the questions again, because maybe it has changed. Maybe they have experienced things in their life now that they don't still think that way.
Right.
Keep asking questions. Yeah. And this is all through marriage as well.
Right.
You better ask the questions.
Another question: if you're single and you're dating, what is your views on marriage? Is marriage something you want to do one day? Some people are dating just to be dating, enjoying life and just enjoying having a good time going out on a date. Everyone is not dating for a spouse. You may be, but the person you across from at dinner may not be. You better ask. Mm-hmm. You better ask. Every woman, every man is not looking to get married and settle down and live happily ever after in that form.
And a lot of people go into with your assumptions. Oh, you dating? Oh, we've been dating a year. We headed down the road of marriage. We've been together for this long.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And we assuming, and the whole time that person is saying, I ain't never told you I wanted to get married.
Right. What are you talking about?
I can date you for 2 or 3 years. I never said I wanted to be married.
Here's a part 2 to that. I'm sorry. Part 2. Also, when you're dating, is it cool to date multiple people? Some people may feel, since me and you went out on a date and we go out.
We together.
We go out on dates on a regular basis.
You might.
That you're not seeing no one else, or you can't see anyone else, or go out with anyone else. You need to know that, because some people view dating differently. Me, if I was single, I would view dating as simply that. Just because we go out doesn't mean you're my woman, or doesn't mean I'm trying to be your man. Mm-hmm. I might truly like your company, you look good, or I'm truly trying to get something from you. So don't assume because I'm asking you out 2 times a week, 3 times a week, that I want to be your man. And they're going to assume that I'm not talking to this other chick, and me and her ain't going. Because if I see you out on the date, I ain't saying nothing. And you better not say nothing to me.
Question you better ask him, women. Have you ever put your hands on a woman? Have you ever? I don't care if you slapped her. I don't care if you put. Have you ever put? Because you're going to assume, you don't. automatically think that's how people are.
There's only one exception.
No, this is the question first. Have you ever put your hands on a woman?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Then if he says yes, after the yes, you need to figure out the why. It's not the yes that you're concerned about. Just that's not the what was your reason for putting your hand? Maybe it was self-defense.
Right.
That could have been his reason.
That to me, that question is like asking a woman, "Have you ever cheated before?" You expect a lot. If he's a woman beating type dude, man, this is definitely something you should ask. But that's to me, that's in that form where he's probably gonna lie. But it's only one exception that you can put your hands on a woman. You should be able to
maybe don't say no.
Sexually, you can choke her. That's good to do that.
Oh my God.
Good to
so ask the question.
Every now and then. Don't be too rough. Don't be real strong.
Baby, get yourself together. Jeez Louise. Ask the question, ladies. Ask the questions. And if you got somebody that works for the police department, give them their name.
Lord, you get people locked up.
Ask them, have they ever been to prison? That's a question you better ask.
Why ask that? But that's a good question. But I agree.
Because if you got a record, and again, it's not the yes, it's the why did you go?
Right.
That's what's important.
Right.
So I think it's important if it's a felony that could affect your work, career, this, that, and the other. If they went to jail for murder, they give you an idea of what they're capable of doing. If it's the reason that they went, because some people could have went. I went, because I was protecting my wife or my children or whatever. And back in the day,
correct.
It's not the answer.
It's
the reason that you want to ask these questions.
Right. Because he could have been young, gang banging, got caught up in the trap music and all that era, and just made a young man's mistake. Now he's a grown man handling it, But you definitely would know, because if y'all become together, become one, all of that you should definitely know.
And if he's been in there a long time, you want to ask that question. He might have had some sexual encounters in jail. If he's been in there, so you want to know that.
Yeah,
so if you was in jail for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, did you ever have encounters with men? He could have been giving it. He could have been taking it. You better ask the question. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Ask the question.
Yeah, ask questions.
Those are hard questions that you might not want to know the truth, but you better ask.
And then we'll assume it will come out. So I just want to throw this in real quick. How many children do you have? How active are you in their life? Things like that you gotta know. If so, my ladies, ask this brother how many kids he have, because you may see 2 of them, but he got really 3, maybe 4. That he's not a part of their lives, and it may be because the baby mama is tripping, may not be, maybe not, it may just be because he's just not an active father in that child's life. But you should really know. And not only that, is he on child support? How many women got you on child support? I say that because once he gets married, y'all say I do. If he don't have, you do have. And it's coming out of your check.
And I think it's important to be honest with that question, men, because in answering that, do you have kids? You need to be speaking about kids that you even think. I think it's a possibility I have a kid out here. Wow. And you just, I claim these 2 because I'm in their life, but I don't really claim that one because, like he said, the mama won't let me see him, or I was just a deadbeat and I don't deal with that one. No, I need to know all the kids, all the possibilities, because if we do end up getting married, even if that one's not in your life right now, that mother or that child can come later down the line with social media and all of that, kids searching for their parents. They doing ancestry.com. And then we married and this kid come about, and then I asked you, did you know you had this? Was this a possibility? Well, yeah, I knew, but they really ain't been in my life. But I asked you while we were dating.
But you don't know if it's a possibility. At some point, every man has had sex with somebody without a condom. No.
I'm talking about like that child probably is my child. We ain't did no blood test, or she's saying it's not mine. you need to ask that question. And again, yes, these are hard questions, but it's better to ask them when you're dating and when you're in a committed relationship versus finding this stuff out once you get married. Because now you're in a for real committed relationship that you're supposed to stay in and work through whatever you deal with. You know what I'm saying? Other than infidelity, that is a reason God said you can divorce, but you're supposed to be working through stuff.
I agree. I would ask this question. I ask it like this. If a sunny day describes a perfect credit score, sunny, 89, 85 degrees, what type of weather would describe yours?
Describe your what?
Credit score.
Oh, that's a good way to ask that question.
What type of weather would describe your credit score? Now, that's a question you ask for someone you seriously about.
Do you really want to know their credit score?
Hell, you better.
Why?
Because if we're getting married, that affects me. Your credit score affects us and vice versa once you say I do.
But would there be a reason you wouldn't continue to date somebody if they had bad credit?
No, it can give you an indication of who they are, possibly who they are now. It is not a be-all, end-all, but it'll give you a good indication of who they are, how they are financially. Everybody's not responsible financially. You need to know if you're dating someone that's financially responsible or not.
Or if they have discipline. You know, credit score is a lot about discipline. You know, am I disciplined to pay my bills on time? But your credit score could have got messed up when you were younger. You was in college. And you just never done anything to get it right. And that could be something y'all could work together as a team on.
So again,
but you still want to ask.
That's that question. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right in installment describes mine. Okay. So y'all have been tuned into the question.
A good credit score.
But look, they can be financially. Well, I'm not even going to get into that. I had posted a question in my marriage group about that, marrying somebody for financial reasons, but you don't really love them. I don't love you, but I know if I get with you financially, I'm going to be good. I'm going to work through this.
Women do that.
But that will, I'm going to tell you something.
Financial security will make some people say, I do. Extremely fast.
Yeah, and for anybody who's thinking like that, let me tell you, if you ain't never been married, that will not sustain your marriage. You will be, if you do not love the person that you say I do to, if you do not have a true friendship with them, you're not in love with them,
you have some bad days.
Your marriage is going to be hard.
It is. Because what happens,
be hard.
Well, a lot of times men and women do this. If financially I'm balling, I got it together. My wife ain't got to worry about nothing. My man ain't got no issues. Now, I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. Shut up. All them bills are paid, money put up. You got money to do what the hell you want to. You question me where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. Yeah, I can mess around. Yeah, I'm doing this. I might not say, yeah, I can, but I'm going to have that type of attitude because I got that type of money. I'm bringing that type of money. You so comfortable, you can't go nowhere. Where you going? Who's going to do this for you? People with bread, some people with bread like that, act that way.
And some of them know that's the whole reason you married me. You married me for my flash. You marry me for my money. Let me tell you, marrying somebody for money ain't gonna make you happy.
Unless they got millions. Go ahead.
It ain't gonna give you joy. It ain't gonna give you peace. You're gonna be miserable. You can think, oh, I'll be able to deal with him. Maybe I just fall in love as we go.
And it's not just men. Some women are like that. Now, because she's balling, she's doing. I'm running stuff because I'm making this type of money. And if you got a person like that, you're not going to be happy with them. I'm going to tell you right now, you are not going to be happy with that woman, with that man, unless she has millions. Then you better suck it up and shut it down. They got millions. Shut up. Go to the beach or something. Okay, I'm sorry. I married Oprah right now. Me and Candace is done today. Baby, just give me a couple months. I'm coming back. but I'm trying to go get this bread from Oprah.
No, you're not coming back.
No, I'm coming back.
No, you're not.
You're taking me back.
No, I won't. Go on and go to Oprah so I can put you on child support so I can be winning right along with your partner. No. But you ain't coming back.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
No,
you better
not.
take me
You're
back.
You're not coming back.
I'm going for us. I'm doing it for us, baby.
He's stupid. He is stupid. So ask the question and understand that. And if you got that mindset, that whole I'm making the bread, I'm this, that, and the other, you can't tell me what to do. If you operating like that, you are in that marriage by your darn self.
Now that man, that woman is
you in the marriage by yourself.
They may not say it, they may not show it, but I assure you, they are unhappy. If that man has that type, I can do what I want because I'm bringing this, or she can do what she wants because she bring your spouse is not. That's the spouse that'll cheat. Mm-hmm. Eventually, it can get us to the point where you end up cheating if you're not careful.
No.
I
know I'm talking about Kimberly.
Millions can buy you plenty of convenience to make up for the unhappiness. Take one for the team. I'm trying to tell her, boy, Oprah would love me. Well, we be safe forever.
Chris said, "Truth, my grandmother did it, and I cost her most of her family, and it cost her. She did what, Chris? As we go off, okay. I'm going for us, girl. Don't listen to him. So these are questions that you gotta ask. Ask the hard questions before you say I do. The quicker you ask the question, you get more clear on do you continue this relationship with that person, and be okay with we may not be compatible. We may not. If this doesn't change in this person, am I willing to continue? Because don't think once you get married, I'm going to change them. No, that don't work either. So you got to be willing to look at them for who they are right now. And if it doesn't change, yes, you pray that it change. Yes, you want it to change. But if it doesn't, am I able to continue to be with them forever?
Finances, and do not be afraid to ask questions about finances. Don't be afraid to ask questions about sex. Them two questions you may not want to ask or feel uncomfortable or think they may look at you a certain way. You better ask those two.
Oh, your grandmother married for money and it cost her family.
Yeah, man, I would ask those two. As a man, you got to know you're dealing with a woman who doesn't really like sex. You gotta know what you gotta know,
and you gotta ask the why, because you know that lack
of. She might have been some trauma behind that. It do, but I need to know that going in because I don't want to go in. I'm not gonna go through that door. If you don't want to have sex, I respect your honesty and I like you as a person. You're not the one for me.
Yeah,
you're not the one for me. I gotta be chilling all the time. You're not the one for me. You gotta have some animal nights. The animal nights makes you happy.
TD said on YouTube,
but for real. You need some man. Okay, I'm sorry.
Pay attention to how active he is in the kids' life. This is when we talking about kids earlier.
Yeah.
I was supposed to say something.
You gotta have it. You gotta get rid of the kids.
Ask the hard question, and again, it's not the yes or no. It is the reason that you want to be focused on. Because in a marriage, you need trust.
Yes.
You got to be able to talk about any and everything. You got to have you got to know the expectations. You need honesty. You need somebody that's willing to be vulnerable. Women, ask him questions that require him to open his heart.
Ms. Douglas, what was your question?
Ask questions that make him open his heart. What is the most?
Vice versa.
But women will open their heart. More times than not, a woman will tell you more than probably what she should tell you.
I agree.
But make him be vulnerable and see how vulnerable he's willing to go. Have you ever, what is the most traumatic thing you have experienced?
Here's a question. How do you deal with stress?
Because we all have had something that was traumatic to us.
Oh, my bad, my brother.
My trauma may not be as deep as your trauma, but we've all been through something.
How do you handle stress or a stressful day? What do you do?
Yeah, Melanie, I should have came with some more trauma questions because maybe I'll do that in my days when I talk for my 30 days.
Yeah.
Those trauma questions that you need to ask, because it's men out here that have been molested, and they have never said it, and they deal with it, they carry it, and they showing up as angry, or they dealing with their own depression, and they never open up and say it. So understand. Ask, what is the trauma? What trauma have you experienced?
Right, that's yours. Ooh.
Chris said his grandmother, he has an abusive history with her. It cost her 2 of her sisters, her brother, her relationship with her oldest son, and her granddaughters. He had that mindset, I'm making the money. And she went into it for the money. And so it probably was some guilt, some shame there for her. She probably felt like she couldn't leave or didn't want to give up that lifestyle.
And back then, grandmamas wasn't going nowhere. Grandmamas probably wasn't even working.
All right. So y'all have been tuned in to the Couples Lounge Radio Show. If this was your first time,
go to YouTube.
Can you? Oh.
Go ahead.
Wait your time.
Go ahead.
Somebody should have told me moment. Let me see. Somebody should have I should have wrote this. What you say?
What? You won't hit nobody else. I'm not gonna be abused. Like, man, that's a dang shame to the couple, man.
Somebody should have told me.
She tried to beat it.
This is what I would say. Ask the hard questions now versus later.
Yeah.
What's your somebody should have told me?
What that man? That you stole it from me. Ask them early. Ask the difficult questions, and it may seem inappropriate, but if this is a person who you truly could actually see something with, or a person that has potential, you may not know if they can be the one, but they got potential. They checking all the boxes. Ask the difficult questions. What?
Okay. I when you said that potential, so many women stay in relationships because we see the potential, but the man don't see the potential in himself. And so now you done stay because you see the potential, but he fighting you the whole time because he don't see it. Ladies, you got to be truthful with yourself. Truthful, is he willing to change? Have you seen change? How does he respond to you as you push and try to pull the greatness from him? How is that looking now? And so
my brother got a question. I'm gonna answer real quick. Okay. My question is, I know my wife people. How can I get my wife people to like me? Because I know they don't like me. I don't know why. What should I do? They don't like you because of something she's probably said or something someone said. 9 times out of 10, she didn't pillow talk. She done said something about. That's why you gotta be careful who you talk to. But more times than that, probably, I think, because if you don't know why, somebody has given them false information or inside information about something that's making them. If you haven't done nothing, because if you don't know why. Second, how do you get them to like you? To me, it's this time. Being a loving husband. Being a loving, caring husband through time would change their opinion. If you're a good man who loves his wife, who treats his wife right, and doing what he's supposed to as a husband, through time, they will see, man, I thought this knucklehead wasn't about nothing. But he's loved my wife, my son, my sister. My daughter is happy. Look at her. She happy. Look how he treating her. Through time, that'll stand out and it will change. Because if I put myself in that situation, if I can stand my daughter's husband, through time, he can show me why I should. I can look at my daughter, see she's happy. I can watch her mature. You disagree with that?
I just have another spin on it.
Okay. That's my, as a man, that's my take.
I would say this could be a reason also. It could be that it doesn't necessarily have to be your wife speaking bad about you, but they see something in you based on their previous history, experience, and so they assume you are like the person that they have dealt with or seen those actions from. So basically, they projecting all of their stuff onto you, and I just don't like him. But mama, he good to me. Now I see this in him. I see that in him. No, I don't like him. So it's based on something else.
Or think about how many times people have gotten into it with their spouse.
I can give that to you, but I'm saying it might not be that reason as it could be something else as well.
Give me something else.
He is breaking my train of thought.
Oh, you thinking about it? Think about it. Give me some sugar, girl.
I'm trying to help you, my brother. If this one right here would stop, it could also be, and maybe it has been something that you did and you didn't really feel like it was nothing, but for them it was major. So how do you get them to like you? First of all, you have to have a conversation. Y'all got to sit down with the family, or even if it's on an individual basis. What is it that you don't like about me? I feel like you don't like me. Is that correct? Because you may be assuming and don't know.
Right.
So allow them to say yes. Okay, so what is it that you don't like about me? But everybody got to be going into the conversation with trying to get clarity and understanding. Right. If you're dealing with people who have a hard time understanding, they get violent, they ready to fight, they can't take this, that, and the other, it might be a conversation you got to have over the phone. But you got to talk and ask. But it's not your responsibility to get them to like you. Just be you.
Right.
But have a conversation, see what they seeing, because maybe you're not seeing it like they are seeing it, and y'all might have to agree to disagree. You know,
already.
That's a question that y'all might need to address prior to getting married. If you realize y'all families ain't feeling each other, y'all got to talk about that.
Good deal, my brother.
Okay, so
say, go to YouTube. Everybody watching right now, go to YouTube. Hit subscribe to Couple Slams. Playoffs today, y'all.
Yes.
Some good football today.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Couple Slams radio show. Well, we do this every Saturday from 9 to 10. We don't went over a little bit today, but we'll do that for the people that rock with us. We'll ask some questions, answer some questions. Thank y'all. Enjoy your Saturday. And again, we're going to have some couples classes coming shortly, groups. Also, if you want help with communicating better, go get Be Heard. It's on the Facebook page. Find the link. Today, at the end of today, you get, oh my God, today you get 40% off if you put in the code, We Will Win. You okay? Are you okay?
I'm getting on your nerve right now.
You are on 100. So, and if you need relationship coaching, premarital coaching, or if you want individual coaching, we do all of that. So have an amazing Saturday. We love y'all. We out. And go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all see how calm I said that?
I said go.
You was just being you. That's okay. I accept you.
So stop saying something to me when I'm being me. Then.
I accept you for who you are.
I can't be